Hi, Claire Downham here, Queen of Calm, with the time to feel calm and think clearly. And one of the main things I'm looking to help with in these sessions is overthinking and overwhelm, and how connected those two things are. Because it really turns out that when our heads are very busy, that is 100% the source of that feeling of overwhelm. I can get caught up in the sense that there's too much to do. I started with there's so much to do, but it can feel like there's too much to do, can't it? A lot of the time. If you're a busy working person, if you've got lots of things on your plate, it can feel like there's a lot to do. And of course there is, because we've become human doings, haven't we, rather than human beings. But I think there is definitely the things we have to do, the things that are there that present themselves to us as things that we may consider doing. I think the first thing to consider about that is everything on that list something you really have to do? Asking why. Why are you doing these things? May be helpful. But I think the main place where this turns up for us is in the considerations we have about it. I mean, the metaphor is, we have a plate of food in front of us and we can eat that plate of food. We're really good at that, aren't we? Like, it works beautifully. Food is in front of us. We can eat that food. That works really well. It works beautifully. It's how it's meant to be. The food that we have in front of us now is the food that we eat. Which is why that metaphor for the things we have to do is really, really interesting. Because it feels okay, doesn't it, to sit and eat a plate of food that is in front of you. It can be quite an enjoyable experience. Our body can process the food, we can chew the food, we can taste the food, we might have a nice conversation while we're eating the food. It all works out beautifully. It's neat and tidy. And then in the present moment, our body very beautifully processes that food, and whatever happens after that happens after that, and it works. It really works. But you try to sit at the table and eat yesterday's food. You can't do that, can you? That will be confusing. Can you imagine if you sat your child down and said, "You didn't eat your food yesterday, and I haven't kept the food, but I'd just like you to sit here and eat it." I can imagine eating it. Yeah, like you could do that, couldn't you? You could imagine. If it was like your favourite meal yesterday, you could sit down and imagine what it'd be like to eat it. And you could experience it through the power of thought. But even more confusing would be if you tried to eat tomorrow's food today. Like, metaphorically and literally, that is not possible, is it? And yet when you apply this metaphor to the tasks that we have presented to us as things to do, it seems like we're expecting ourselves to eat the food that's in front of us and then eat yesterday's and tomorrow's food as well. Because how much of your time are you spending not doing what's in front of you, not thinking about what's in front of you, not considering your next step on the thing that's in front of you. How much of your time are you spending on yesterday's things you didn't do, things you didn't sort out, things that didn't go so well? Because generally we don't tend to dwell on the things that went well, do we? Why don't we do that? We'd probably much happier if we did. And probably more so, how much of your time are you spending on tomorrow's tasks, tomorrow's plateful? And even the plateful that's coming up in the next hour. I mean, how many people here, how many of you wake up in the morning or are stood in the shower? Mine's the shower, that's when I come up. Oh, what am I going to do today? What do I need to get done today? And you start that before you've even reached a point of stepping downstairs to your desk, which is possibly where you're mostly going, or maybe you're going to an office, or whatever, wherever you go to work. Even before that, you're starting to process all these things in your head that you need to do. And it can fill your head up, can't it? To the point where when you actually arrive at your desk, you end up not doing anything really that you consider might be important or urgent, because your head is already so full with things. Have you noticed yourself doing that? And that's what you're feeling. It can feel, can't it, like the list of things you have to do is what you're feeling. But it doesn't really work that way. You're not feeling the list of things you have to do. You're not feeling those tasks that you're not actually doing right now. You're feeling the overthinking is creating that feeling of overwhelm inside your body because you're thinking about those things, not because those things are creating a problem. You may have a long list of things. I just looked because mine's down there. You may have a long list of things to do, but those things aren't what's creating the feeling. It's the fact you're thinking about them. So what I'm inviting you to do, as always, is to just bring some awareness. Like once you start to really know that your feelings are coming from that experience of life you're having, then that's the thing that helps to naturally reset. It helps things to change. It helps you to reconnect to yourself. So just bring some awareness to this. Notice where your metaphorical plate is coming from. Is it what you're doing right now, or is it you overhashing, literally, overhashing the plate from yesterday, or trying to hash up the plate from tomorrow? Just bring a little bit of awareness to that and see if it helps. So I'm Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. This has been a time to feel calm and think clearly. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Take care. Thank you.